Christmas, everybody! Merry Christmas. Now, Santa Claus may not be able to visit you this year because he's in tier 4, but I am here to give away another brand new PS5. You can win yourself a brand new PS5. We are giving this away for the Arsenal versus Chelsea game, and all you got to do to enter is go to AFTV.mobi, go to AFTV Picks, enter the competition, which is for free, and you could win this PS5. So get involved right now. The link is in the description, and this PS5, which is very hard to get, by the way, could be on its way to you. Merry Christmas.
Yes, my people. Hi, and welcome to AFTV News Daily with myself, Cecil G. We've got James B in the building as well. How are you?
I'm all right.
Cool, wicked. Listen, you know, people, you know what it is. It's a live. We haven't been here in a while. It's very simple. We're going to be giving you guys a chance to do question and answer, Q&A, which is what it stands for, as I'm sure you guys are aware of. If I'm honest, it's you guys asking questions. We're answering it. There may be some special guests may pop in. There's people filming upstairs in the studio, so they may pop in.
All sorts going on.
There's loads.
All sorts. Busy Christmas.
Busy Christmas. We're obviously we're not in the studio. Well, we are in the studio, but we're downstairs. So you might have some special guests popping in throughout the show. But if not, it'll just be me and James answering all you guys' questions. And if I'm honest, I kind of just want you guys to discuss what's been going on. We're gonna
ask us anything. Ask us anything. We'll take in turns. We won't focus too much on one thing. We'll take a turn to answer it. Cecil can go first. We'll pick out some questions. It's just a chance to. There's a lot going on. The thing with Arsenal is there's so much going on, and we were thinking of a title, something to chat about today. And then I thought, well, do you know what? It's Christmas, and there's so much going on. Let's just tackle it all, really. So
yeah, I'm just going. Lloydish. 15. I know this is not a proper question to what's going on, but second PS5, yeah, bro. I don't know if I can go run and grab it. I think it's there. Oh, I don't know if Robbie's moved it. Yeah, there's another PS5 basically in the building. This guy's moving like Santa. You know, Robbie, he gets hold of everything.
And I've got a cup of tea because I find chatting about Arsenal so stressful that I just need something to calm me down. Do you know what I mean?
Calm me down. Right, here we go. I'll start with this one.
Right. Do you want to tackle? I know you're very passionate about this, so do you want to tackle this one?
Yeah, definitely. I'll do this. I'll start with this one. Tom Gooner, thank you for your question. I don't think it's even a question, just it's a highlight, a comment. We also watched it yesterday. Micah Richards reckons AFTV are to blame for the player performances. Now, I want to talk on this. Exactly. In my opinion, we got
Laurie here in the background.
He didn't say that.
Yeah, he didn't say that. So,
and he also said he loves AFTV to bits.
True. There's a fact. He says he loves AFTV. He also follows the account. He's also had many conversations with Robbie. I think it just. Do you know what it was? When watching it, I just feel like, again, it was just a presenter or a pundit just trying to do a different spin on having an opinion on something, in my opinion, that he wanted to say something quite relevant as well as AFTV. And it was kind of like a flippant comment, but I'm glad that Redknapp was he shut it down straight away, because I don't think he meant it negatively. And if I'm honest, I'm not going to say it comes with the pressure of fans and stuff and fan channels being a footballer, which is, that's firstly, it's obvious. But right now, we're not even in the stadiums. You get a lot more. If the fans were in the stadiums, it'd be a lot worse than I mean, just us doing content on how we're doing. And I always say this: if Arsenal are doing well, we're gonna commend them for it. We're gonna praise them. But right now, I mean, the nature of social media and the interconnectivity we have. Look, we've all been going through this pandemic, right? And one of the things that I think a lot of people took from it was the ability to get on a Zoom call. I'm at home, I'm locked in my house, but I can still call my friends, I can still speak to my nan, all these things, right? We've all experienced that sort of sense of community via the digital world. And I think the thing that's interesting is that comes at a price. You don't get that freedom, connectivity with people, and enjoy all the good without there being the negative side of things. Yeah. And one of those things can be the fact that people who, maybe 10, 20 years ago had an opinion amongst their friends, now have a much more public opinion. So, I agree with what Laurie said and Cecil there. I think Micah Richards was more alluding to the modern day fan base rather than anything else. And as he said he loves the show. So it was funny though. I've got to say, I saw it. I thought, oh, there we are. Yeah, crazy, right?
That's the name drop. But
mad.
Yes, it was interesting, but no ill feeling or anything in that sense. I'm going to pick a question now.
This is mad.
Here we go. Callum Bliss, who looks like a Liverpool fan, says Lamptey. I think he's saying Awar. and Jimenez are 3 ideal transfers for Arsenal. Well, while we're on it, I think let's tackle the signings aspect now. I think that sort of opens, and we'll answer any other questions that fit into that. Well, I think you've identified 3 areas that undoubtedly fit into what it looks like we need. A, we've been focusing a lot of our play down the wings. Well, in that case, we love Kieran Tierney. We need a proper right back or someone in that position. Bellerin struggled recently. Cedric doesn't seem the long-term future. Maitland-Niles wants to play in midfield. So Lamptey would be an amazing recruit. I mean, he only left Chelsea not too long ago and he's playing regular football. So whether that's on the cards, I mean, he's probably going to go for like 40, 50 million quid. I'm not even joking. The price of good fullbacks these days, you know. Aouar, definitely the kind of midfielder we need. And Raul Jimenez, again, the kind of striker who holds up play, drops deep, is very good on the ball, would suit what it looks like Arteta's asking his strikers to do. So, yes, I agree they would be ideal. Whether they would come right now, I mean, I don't see any of them joining. I mean, they're doing so much better for their clubs. Even Brighton below us. I mean, for what's expected of them, they're having a better season than us. All respect intended. What are your hopes for January? I'll ask you that. I'll put that towards you.
My hopes for January, a win would be nice. Would be really nice. You know, 3 points
in the transfer market. I'll buy a win.
I'll buy a win.
How much?
Christmas, Santa. Do you give out wins? You know, no. On a serious one, I just 2 new midfielders. I mean, that's the minimum. Yeah. I know it's a lot to ask for not a club like Arsenal because we don't do massive transfers or signings in January. Yeah, in January, and getting the players we want now, the position we're in, it's going to be even more of a struggle. But
okay, how about this?
Go on.
Sign 1 midfielder, get one of Guendouzi or Torreira back. Would you do that?
But what's the alternative? So
sign
one or get
no. So I'm asking, would you be happy if we took one of them back and then added, say, Buendia or something from Norwich, and then you got Guendouzi back? Or you got Torreira back?
I'd only take that if we. I going to sound harsh. I'm currently Arteta in, but if we get rid of the manager, because I actually don't think Arteta can get the best out of Torreira.
You don't think he wants
or Guendouzi? In my opinion, we need a new.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah, so
that makes sense.
If that's the case, yeah, we need a new manager because I think Arteta is definitely going to bring them back in, integrate them, and put them on form within the club that we have, within the players that we have at the moment. There's some questions.
If you don't mind, I'm just going to pop this one because it's sort of related to what we're saying about transfers. Thoughts on Fabrizio saying Eriksen is not the priority for Arsenal? Thank you, Sahil Firoz. I've got to say, we've got Laurie playing videos in the background. You're right there, Laurie. What I would say about that is I've not heard it myself, so I'm not sure. Can't really comment too much on it. But I would imagine that just because Eriksen's not the priority doesn't mean that an attacking midfielder isn't the priority. Like, I think Eriksen might be quite low on the list of players we're looking at. I imagine, your Buendias, maybe Aouars. We tried to get him in the summer. I'm not saying he'd come, but I'm saying his target. I don't know, but I know you're not a massive fan of Eriksen, so that doesn't worry you too much, does it?
No, I don't think we need Eriksen. I don't want Eriksen. We need a midfielder. We don't need Eriksen, in my opinion. Guys, keep getting your comments in. This is a perfect time to literally. It's a discussion, topic based.
Anything.
Or as many questions. We're gonna get through as many as we can. I don't know if Taniel Kazim, thank you for your comment. I don't know if you're a barra. I don't know if you're doing a quick 16 fire in the booth. You guys reckon Lacazette is done? Enjoy your day, son. No, not work for you. A couple bars there. I think he tried to make it rhyme. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I wasn't sure where you're going with that.
No, obviously he's doing he's doing a quick little fire in the YouTube. Right, cool. So, or it could be just referencing Son from Tottenham up there. Anyway, I don't think Lacazzette's done. Oh, no, I'm on one, isn't it? I don't think Lacazzette's done, in my opinion, only because not that he saved himself, but he had a good game against City. He is our joint top goal scorer at the moment. With Aubameyang. Oh, not Aubameyang. Actually, no, I think it's Aubameyang.
I think Nketiah's got 5 for the season, so I think Lacazette must be level with him now.
Yeah. So I don't think he's done. I think this weekend, I think we'll probably see Martinelli and the pairing again, Martinelli and Lacazette up top.
And who's on the right for you? Pepe? Not Joe Willock. That's not a criticism of Joe. I just don't. He was not a right winger. I don't know what on earth that was from Mikel Arteta. But who plays on the right? Pepe, Willian.
Well, remember,
where's Nelson?
Yeah, what I want.
Where is Nelson?
Lord knows. Do you know what I want? Remember, I wanted this. If you don't check this out, guys, our stats preview. I wanted two of Martinelli and Lacazette, and then I wanted Lacazette, Martinelli and then Aubameyang in a 2.
Did you say you've done your coaching badges?
Yeah, level 2, holds out the gang.
But yeah, that's what they teach.
So today I need you to play in this position with you in the middle here. Yeah, allow me. So let's do. I want you to answer this one quickly.
Should we play Ceballos in the 10 role? Well, it's no secret that I very highly rate Danny Ceballos. By the way, that doesn't mean I think he's playing well right now. I think he's hit and miss at the moment. More bad performances, not bad, more underwhelming performances than good performances. But I rate him highly. Like, I see that there's potential there. I see that there's talent. I think the drive and the attitude you need to sort of succeed at the top level in terms of, you know, he's never downing tools. Where other players are, they're not at it. He's definitely not one of those players. In terms of getting the best out of him, I do think he's, you know, we said it before in all our tactic shows and stat shows and everything, that he ranks high for interceptions, possession gains, tackles, all these things.
Yeah, touches.
That you wouldn't really associate, because El Nenny's meant to be the more defensive of the two, or Xhaka when he plays, or whoever. But it's always Ceballos, and maybe it's because he presses high up the pitch or whatnot. But I'd like to see him. That doesn't mean playing him in the 10, as suggested by Raul Ayala here, but maybe having him as just an advanced 8. You know, you have El Nenny. I'm going to do the thing you do. Like, you have El Nenny sitting. You have El Nenny sitting, and then you have like a Ceballos and a Smith Rowe, or a Ceballos and a Willock or something.
The finger formation.
The finger formation.
Bielsa taught me that. Shit. Sorry, David Hogan. Yeah, Ceballos. Sorry, I'm gonna say touch on Ceballos in 10. Not for me. I think I haven't seen enough of his attacking qualities for Arsenal to be even an option for the 10 role. I think Emil Smith Rowe goes ahead of him there. There's actually other players as well, but he just doesn't do enough for me going forward. Even though I think that is more his game. If you actually, when we break it down, I actually watch him. He's not doing great for Arsenal for it. So thank you, David Hogan, for your super chat, my guy. Will Arsenal be paying over the top with other clubs, knowing how desperate Arsenal are?
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
You want to take this one?
That's my answer.
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
Sorry to not give you. I mean, it's obvious.
I love the depth.
Yeah. I'll give you a bit of depth. Okay, cool. We are desperate. Teams are very aware of it. Agents are aware of it. They know they're going to depend on the player as well, because some players might be on the lower leagues. They might be taking a risk, as in our club taking a risk on a lower league player who's not in the Premier League. So the player might think see it as an opportunity to get back in the Premier League. They're the players we may not get too mugged off with when it comes to pricing. But if we're going up with the awards, and I think certain people's figures will start going up a little piece. Isco's, I think.
No, I mean, I couldn't agree more. I think, look at Man United, right? And I know I'm talking about a club that's right up there now in terms of they're actually challenging for the title. I can't believe I'm saying this. You know, I wrote off Man United a long time ago, and they're absolutely proving me wrong. I always knew they had very good players, but Solskjaer is proving to be doing a very good job there at the moment. But if you look at their transfer business over the last couple of years, because everyone knows United have been desperate, because they've been trying to claw back from the years back in 2013 when they were winning the title. You know, they're paying over the odds. Now, Fred looks a good player right now, but I think they paid like 57 million for him. That is far, far, far too much. Maguire, 80 million pounds. Now, he's divided opinion. Some people think he's not done as bad as others say. Others say he's been a disaster. But either way, he was never, no matter where you stand on Maguire, no one could surely think he's 80 million pounds. So
no way. Sorry.
No, you know, we've got to be real about it. Wan-Bissaka, very good player, but 50 million. You know, there's a tax on clubs that you almost know are trying to claw something back. And I see clubs like Everton sign Andre Gomez for 22 million, or Tielemans signs for Leicester for 40 million. I'm thinking, we'd have paid 60 if that was us.
Yeah,
100%. We'd have paid more.
We paid 70.
Any other club trying to get Pepe would have got him for maybe 50, maybe 45.
Maybe, yeah.
Because his stock was very high at the time.
Yeah.
But we paid 72, and that's not right. And I know the
in installments as well.
Oh yeah, what amazing negotiation.
Son Kalana.
So you get what I'm saying. Yeah, I think David's absolutely spot on. Arsenal will probably be paying over the odds. I know I just said we're gonna do a question at a time.
Yeah, I'm being very greedy.
It was me jumping in on yours.
I'm just flicking through these comments. These ones are a bit morbid. Jeez Louise.
Well, let's not go over.
Of course not. Majid Al-Harbi. Cecil James, do you guys think we lose against Chelsea and Brighton Arteta? 100%. I'm Arteta in. Remember, I can take the smoke. I can take it. I really can. I was Arteta in. I've been saying it for a while because I said I want to give him his window and then really assess him. But I said this back in November. However, it's got to a point now where we haven't won a game since the 1st of November in the league. So I believe if nothing comes of the game against Chelsea on Boxing Day and then Brighton, even if he doesn't get sacked, he has to walk. Like there is.
Do you think he'd walk?
He says he won't in his interview. No, I know he said he won't. He said he wouldn't do that in his interview. He said he wouldn't walk, but there's no justification to losing to Chelsea and Brighton.
Yeah.
So basically, not winning a game in 2 months is that's a sackable offence.
I think
times 10.
I think if we lose, he gets sacked. Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I do. Right, shall I pick a question?
Yeah, go for it. Sorry, I was just going to quickly just check that. I'm just going to hold.
Oh yeah, we've got a super chat. Let's take it. Sean Grant, do you think managers could be attracted to the club so as to prove themselves? Sorry, I read that. Do you know when you're reading out loud, but like to yourself?
Yeah, Sean Grant.
Yeah, that was useless for everyone. Sorry. So, is it Sean Grand? Anyway, thank you very much for your comment and your super chat. Do you think managers could be attracted to the club so as to prove themselves? Yes. Yeah, I do. I do. I think there are managers like Brendan Rodgers, Ralph Hasenhüttl. People laughed at me in my comment section when I was listing them to. People say, why would they leave Southampton and Leicester? Why would they come to you? I'll tell you why. Because Arsenal still, despite everything, despite how bad we are, and I know we're bad,
are still a massive club. Is that what he's going to say?
Still a massive club. Still a massive club. Like the fan base around the world, the revenues just through merchandise and marketing and like the name that comes with it, the Emirates Stadium, London, like there is still so much, not on the pitch.
AFTV.
But off the, yay.
Comes with it.
There's so much off the pitch that managers would look at and go, I can fix them. You know, rather than I can fix Arsenal. I can be the one. And a lot of them would be right. A lot of those managers would be right to back themselves. Let's not forget, Brendan Rodgers was on the brink of the treble or something, quadruple treble it was a quadruple treble when he left Celtic to join Leicester.
Who's this?
Brendan Rodgers. So, you know, I definitely think there's still something about the club that make managers go, no matter what position they're in, go, I might never get another shot at managing Arsenal Football Club again. Yeah. So I'm going to take it. Yeah,
and it will propel if they do well, propel their legacy and their portfolio, especially in a time that Arsenal haven't been as low since the 1970s.
If you're Brendan Rodgers right now, and Arsenal come knocking on your door, I'm not saying you take the job. I'm not saying that at all because Leicester are doing brilliantly, and Leicester are a very attractive club with great players.
But please come, Brendan Rodgers. Please come.
But he'll be thinking, wow. So after Swansea, my CV could read Liverpool, Celtic, Leicester, Arsenal. That's very impressive.
Yeah.
And he'll want to look. He's a very driven man who will want to look back on his career and be able to list those names off. So yeah, great question. Thank you, Sean. I think it's Sean. I hope I pronounced that right. Let us know in the comments how to actually.
Sion. I don't know.
I think it's Sean.
I'm terrible with names. Do you want to pick? I've got super chats. I don't know if you want to just split them. Enfield Gaming. Do you think Arsenal need new players or not? Do you think Arsenal need to sell players? I mean, this one, I'll quickly smash through. It's very this is like a rhetorical question. Do we need new players? Yes. Do you think Arsenal need to sell players? Yes. Merry Christmas, AFTV. Merry Christmas to you, Enfield Gaming. Big up yourself. That was a very quick one.
Yeah.
But I actually think it's more important for us to get rid of what we have, the dead wood, than it sounds mad. But I think it's more vital for us to get rid of dead wood than actually bring in new players. As much as we need to bring new players, I'll take priority of shipping out what we have. But I think it's a bigger task, if I'm honest.
I feel a lot of that too. I think no, is it more important to sell? I don't know. I think it might be, but I do think getting out the players that don't want to be there will make a massive difference to the club culture and everything. So yeah,
I just think for us to bring in players, business wise, and how the Kroenkes and that they probably think. It's more important for us to get rid of people and get rid of their wage bills before we start bringing players in. But like I said, these players are contracted. It's hard. They don't want to leave. They're in London. Yeah. They're at Arsenal. They all ride out their contract. So it's more important for them to go before we get new players in, I believe.
Very true.
Shadman 393. I think a commanding centre back.
Should we read this one out loud?
Sorry, yes.
You're doing what I did.
Because I get worried that, like,
Yeah. I think.
Yeah. I think.
Right.
Go on.
I'll do it. I'm on this one. So I think a commanding centre back, 2 mids, and a forward should be the minimum for this window. Wow, that's a big. If we can't get that done, then we need to sack it and get Ralph Rangnick or Mark Overmars as director of football. Shadman393, you're speaking. You're speaking the thoughts of many people. I'm just going to bring this out of the way now for a second. You're speaking the thoughts of many people who I think are saying, look, the manager's not right, the players aren't right, but get a Ralph Rangnick in, get someone who I think is a Campos as well. I think he might be a director of football. Anyway, just getting someone who knows how to recruit, knows how to run a football club, knows like how to put everything in the right place and get the structure right and lean everything out.
He has a reputation.
Has a reputation for building teams. And I don't mean squad, because that's a group of players, a team, like people who are united like towards the same goal. And Edu at the moment is miserably failing in that role, and he needs to deliver Arteta his targets. Now, if he wants, I think, let's bring it back up again, I think a commanding centre-back, 2 mids and a forward, I think that's unlikely. In fact, I'd say that's almost unrealistic. Like, if Arsenal do that, I'd be blown away. But if that's what Arteta wants, and the Kroenkes and Edu are really saying that they're going to back him, then that is when they need to deliver him. Yeah. And if they don't, then I think Arteta's got to be big enough to walk and go, look, we were in a mess, and I wanted to see us out of it. But to do that, I needed certain backing that I wasn't getting. You know what I mean? So yeah. Thank you for that. Let's go. Let's find another question.
We're live.
Is this AFTV picks?
Yeah, we're live. We're live. It's on YouTube.
What's going on? Oh my gosh! I want to give a massive shout out to Shadman393 because he just paid his money. Big shout out to you, Ben. I want to give a shout out to you. Anyone else who's donating? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, me and Robbie are trying to build a new kitchen in the office, so keep doing what you're doing. Big shout out to Lil Lewis 1509. It's Joel Bear here from Cheeky Sport. Showing too much love to you guys, and listen. If we win this weekend, I will be doing what AFTV are doing. I'm going to be given a PS5 box with nothing inside it. Yes.
No. Don't you know what I mean? There's a PS5.
So, for me, no, not your one. You know one's got a PS5. Mine ain't got a PS5. I'm just going to give you guys the box. That's it. Do you know what I'm saying? Massive shout out to the AFTV crew. And follow me on IG, bruv. Joe Bear 1, man. You know where it is, bruv. I got to get the quick plug.
Listen, I respect it.
Big shout out to Martinelli, putting in work, and Kieran Tierney. Everybody else, I'll see you guys soon.
Respect. Yeah. Oh, don't leave me hanging, Joey.
Oh, sorry.
Listen, thank you. Yeah, Elba. Listen. So I told you there's special guests coming in. They might pop in. The studio is crazy. This is what happens. I said, just stay with us. You may get a random person pop in. It's
like what's it? It's like what's it called? An advent calendar. What are we gonna get?
Get? Just pick out. I don't know. We might have Laurie Cup
people popping in and out.
He might pop in soon. Right. You might see Robbie. Right, loads of
back to the questions.
Yeah, back to the questions.
Yeah,
I've lost. Right, do you want to do some? I don't know if we should do. I feel bad about the subject. You know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, I'm just chatting.
Right, let's go through it. Right, next question. This is kind of going back to the transfer situation, but let's chat about it. Aditya Sardesai says, we already lost to Bosley and we will probably lose our R2. Is there any other top creative out there? Emi Buendia. Oh my God.
Jay's been screaming.
I've been since the summer, I've been saying, you're right to ask a question because they were the 2 targets, like very publicly. But absolutely, like, go get him. And I'm not saying he's the one we should always have got. Like, it's all right to have your first target and not get them. It's fine. Like, we understand this is not the Arsenal of old. But if that's the case, then you've got to have backups in place. You've got to have your number 2 and your number 3. And if Wendy is number 3, 4, 5 on the list, that's fine. But
I think he's more realistic than anyone.
No, of course he is. Absolutely. But I think you've got to go and get them personally. Like, the fact that we went into this season without creating midfielder and knowing full well what was going to happen with Ozil, because I bet the club knew. Yes, I don't think that's very good at all. Let's try and pull up some super chats here.
They're down.
Oh, they're down here.
Not too far. Yeah, there's one.
Here's one. Joel John says, thank you very much for your super chat. Will players want to play for a struggling team and critical fan base? I think until the team improves, top players will not be interested.
Ooh, that's a bit of TV. That's a bit of a.
What did he say?
The man said that all players want to play for a struggling team and a critical fan base. Every fan base is critical at times. I don't know, guys.
I can answer
Do you know what I mean?
No.
Joe says no. Listen, everyone has a fan. Listen, everyone has a fan base. I said it. I've been a player as well, and I was players. I had fans that criticised me as well. That's part and parcel of the job. Like,
I don't think you get that far in football without
the mental strength to
deal with criticism.
Facts.
And the thing is that it's a difficult one, right? Because at the same time, the players probably want our support to help them get through. And absolutely, like, by watching every game, by cheering them, we're supporting them across. But at the same time, they've got to give us something to support, So it is difficult. But to answer the question, will players want to play? I think, as I mentioned before, go at the beginning of the video where I was talking about sort of managers wanting to manage Arsenal, I still believe we carry serious weight in this industry. I really do. I think the Arsenal brand and again, when Bruno Fernandes joined Man United, do you know how many people were saying he's so good? Why would he go there? Why would he go to Man United? Because he wanted to do what he's ultimately done, which is transform them.
Yeah.
Be the missing piece.
Facts.
Be the one who gets the best out of Fred and McTominay. Be the reason that Pogba can be rested and you still win games.
What I want you guys to realize as well, when you go to a failing club, right, and you know in yourself, which I think a lot of these high profile players do, they have not an alter ego, but they know their ability. They think most top players in the Premier League, they think they are above just as most players. So when they do the signing, when they go to a club, they understand that if I change things around, that will improve my value as a player. So that's what I always want you guys to think as well. Like, if a player comes in like Bruno Fernandes, now his worth is probably skyrocketed since he's joined Man United. So that's what players can also see. They see the long-term goal. It's a long-term picture. James talks about it quite a few times as well in reviewing preview shows. It's about the long-term goal for a player and what managers as well. So yeah, thank you very much for that super chat. Brian Holiday asks, Arsenal suck because the owner sucks. A fish rots from the head down. Can Arsenal be successful in spite of Kroenke?
Well, okay, I've got a good answer to that one. Liverpool fans didn't feel too dissimilarly about their owners, and they are doing an unbelievable job. Now, I think people need to realise that, yes, we want the Kroenkes to spend money. I don't think they're doing enough for the club. However, that will also only come if the manager comes in, maybe does overachieve a little bit, maybe does nick a fourth spot, or maybe finishes fifth or sixth, or goes quite far in the Europa League, gets a bit of money in, that's kind of reinvested. Like, it's a really difficult one. The Kroenkes can't just keep throwing money at the problem. That's not good for the club. That's not good for them. It's not good for anyone. So it's a fine balance. I think we can succeed, but where we are now, we need a good January where we ship out a lot of players. We then need the summer to ship out lots of players. We need Arteta to get some of the creative midfielders he wants and needs, and then the onus is on the Kroenkes. Right, now, what are you going to give him to really take it that bit further? So we can absolutely be successful with the Kroenkes. I do believe that. But yeah, of course, if you had Abramovich, or the City owners, and you can pump 100, 200 million in one window, yeah, of course, that fast tracks things. But that's not the world we live in right now. Not for Arsenal fans.
We're gonna have to keep rushing. Might have sure some of the answers because there's a lot of
yeah, we've got loads
a lot of super chats as well. Try and just thank you for your super chats. We really appreciate them. I'm gonna try and get back to some of the normal comments as well. James Dyer says Arsenal causing us all sorts so much pain and so much needs changing, starting from the top. But I want to wish you guys a great Christmas and a great job. James, thank you very much. Thanks, honestly, that's the comments we need, especially in a time like this. I put something out on my Instagram today, like it's a hard time for everyone. Arsenal will kind of add into the pressure. Not into the pressure, just add into the stress over this period. But guys, I also want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, and I hope things aren't as tough. Everyone watching on your side as well, because yeah, it's been a sticky one. Yeah, James, if there's anything you want to say on that, or just
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Thank you, James. I like this one as well. Loudies lot. Where's the proper AFTV dons? Michael Stone. We are the proper AFTV dons, bro. Tell them. So I just want to. We've got loads of super chats in. How's it going? Yeah, both big respect. There's some really nice comments as well. I will. Honestly, guys, we will get through them. Defsky, make Tierney vice captain. I agree. maybe even captain. I don't know why he's not vice captain. That's all. I mean, that's Arteta.
I think Maitland-Niles finished with the armband yesterday.
Serious?
I think so.
Someone check that
I think
for
I
me.
saw that being read. Yeah.
Oh,
We did a bit of fact check.
yeah, we should be.
I'm pretty sure he did.
Only one with heart. Shocking how he's the only one willing to face the media. P.S. Mavropanos doing bits for Stuttgart. Yeah. I mean,
how we could do with them now.
how could we do with a lot of?
It's only
players
like
right now?
we've got 8 centre backs on the books and 1 in the under-23s who was considered one of the best youngsters
in the French
in the world.
Yeah, actually.
But
Up and coming.
he's learning his trade with the kids.
You're taking the mic. Thank you, Devsky, for your comment. Emperor Pap, thank you for your super chat.
Oh man, Palpatine.
Paps, well, yeah,
In the
that.
comments, wow.
Alex Shaw,
AFTV fan.
Alex Shaw, we are too hopeful for the Jan window. I don't trust our recruitment policy. Do you know what? Someone actually spoke to me about that, and they said, because I'm like, yeah, gonna get in 2 midfielders and then judge Arteta. But we probably were. The recruitment's been terrible recently.
Curtis makes a good point when he says, yeah, okay, he'll get 2 midfielders, but do you trust Arteta to get the right 2 midfielders?
Oof.
I'm like, that's a good question.
Especially in the position we're in at the moment, it'd be very difficult for him to do a lot. For him, PS, I'm starting to lose patience with Pepe. Hasn't shown anything worth 72 million. Now, Alex, big up to you for having the patience still. I mean, again, people say AFTV are critical at times. I think we really do give people, like, players a long enough chance, and not even long enough chance. That's quite rude to say, but I'm just saying we give them time to bed in and really, really, yeah, give them opportunity to show us what they're made of and what they're worth. And like, for you to have patience now, fair play. I mean, I did lose patience a while ago, but again, hopefully he's at the club at the moment. Hopefully things get better for him and he can show us a bit more than what he's showing at the moment.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I personally think Pepe struggled a lot. I don't think the way the team is playing and has played over the last couple of years helps. So it would be interesting whether the guy's got talent. There's absolutely no question that he's got talent. So yeah, we'll see how he does in the coming days and weeks, because Arteta needs players like Pepe to step up and help him through this.
Facts for us.
Right.
Habadib. I don't know that. Just bring. I don't know enough about the outline. I don't know. Sorry, my pronunciation is terrible.
Hidayib, I think.
Oh, that was very, very strong.
I quite like my languages.
All right, bilingual. Yeah, I don't know much about that Atlanta manager, unfortunately. Don't have much knowledge on him. So
I mean, Atalanta have been brilliant for a few years now, and they came from absolutely nowhere. I think a lot of what they did came through sort of trusting youngsters, recruiting very well. Don't know enough about him as a manager, I'll be honest. I was impressed with the way they took the game to PSG in the Champions League knockouts back in the summer. Thought they tried to be on the front foot. That was good. Yeah, that's what I want to see from a manager. Yeah, maybe worth considering one day for sure.
You're gonna say that?
Chadwick Moff. Sorry, I realised there was no space there. I thought
it was going to be a really long name, but
Chadwick Moff. But I went Chadwick Moff. Funny how Mkhitaryan looks miles better than Pepe. Yeah, in Serie A he does. I mean, look, I don't know. I mean, I always thought Mkhitaryan was again one who it's a difficult one, because it's like, I think he was struggling because the team was poorly coached and the team was struggling in general.
Mm-hmm.
However, isn't it part of his job to make the team more cohesive?
Yeah,
he's an attacking midfielder, he's a creator. That's exactly what we signed him for. So it's kind of a bit of both. But yes, he's doing very well out in Roma at the moment. I think just the way he's aged, you could tell he aged when he was at Arsenal. You could tell he wasn't as sharp and as quick off the mark and all that. And maybe just the natural pace of the league suits him a bit better. Maybe. Or maybe he's just found form and we blew it. Could easily be that one.
Rolf Osman, Rolf Osman, yeah. I just got to keep checking with James this pronunciation. Like, Daddy, please tell me if I've said it right. Arteta is either arrogant or has poor man management skills. No Saliba, no Nelson, starting players who have publicly stated they will not return. We have been saying this all morning. I don't understand. I mean, that's what else you need to say. I mean, I don't get it. They clearly aren't. They don't want to stay. We don't want them here.
Yeah.
they've said, and we said it today, like, we're not being rude. They clearly don't want to re-sign the contract. We don't think they're good enough to play. Arteta must be seeing something that we're not. But I mean, I don't think I'm an idiot when it comes to the game. So I don't know.
Right. I know when we're 15th and you're struggling, it seems ludicrous to say, but there really is such thing as an acceptable defeat. And what I mean by that is what we saw yesterday was borderline unacceptable in terms of performance, some of the defending, everything, the individual mistakes, all those things. However, if we'd played the kids, and by kids, I mean the players who had a potential future at the club. So Cedric stays in because I think he does potentially have another year or two at Arsenal, as a servant to the club under Arteta if he was to stay that long. But Kolasinac and Mustafi, who we know publicly want out of the club, not that publicly, but I think it's very widely accepted. Why? Yeah, like you said, why are they playing? If we gave them a really tough game and they played well and their experience shone through, I understand, but we still lost 4-1. We still got battered at home. So what was the point? Why didn't Balogun start? Why didn't Smith Rowe start? You can ask yourself these things, right?
Yeah. If you want to save players.
But then am I a hypocrite? Because I was saying, why did Runnison start? Why didn't Leno start? And it's like, well, that kind of goes against what I'm saying. So it's a tricky one. I think in hindsight, maybe I was a little harsh on Arteta about the 11. I cared about going through, and I didn't feel he put out an 11 that ever really stood a chance of going through. And I think he knew that as well. So, yeah, disappointed from my end. That.
Thoughts on this?
Golan Russell says, do you think we need somebody like Henderson in our team? Jurgen Klopp one time mentioned that Henderson was his speaker in the pitch. Yeah, from a verbal perspective.
Give me the AFTV. I'll do a quick take on story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Getting a bit. We've got Joel here. Do you want to say hi?
What's going on? Is this a new live? Or is this
No,
the same one? Oh, I was going to give him.
So
don't forget, I'm doing the box PS5 with no PS5 inside. It's coming soon, guys. AFTV picks.
God.
Oh man. Wow, what was I? Yes, in terms of someone who's vocal and is able to carry out the instruction vocally to the players and lead the team in the way Arteta wants, we absolutely lack that. In terms of the style of Jordan Henderson and the way he plays sort of box to box, I'm not sure we need that in the team right now. I think we need someone naturally more creative. We've got it's all sorts. This is a mad studio.
It is crazy. My thoughts, and just quickly on Henderson. I think we actually have a talker. I think David Luiz talks when he plays. I think he talks a lot. I think Xhaka also. Now the only thing with Henderson is Henderson's quality-wise, I wouldn't say. Well, no, he is. He's a good quality player, and you have to respect your captain.
Yeah.
To be able to provide the talent as well as having the nous and the ambition to direct a team and be forceful in what you're talking about. You've got to have the ability as well to back it up. And I feel like at times you can have a great voice, but Henderson also backs it up with his performances.
Yeah.
So yeah,
very true.
Robbie. Come say hello. Come and get involved. They've been screaming your name, so just come and get involved. I said we're gonna have some special guests pop in, so you're probably gonna get this live guy mad. They're like, "Where's Robbie? Get rid of me first, Robbie." Here he is. Yeah, everyone, you happy now? You happy? Want to ask some questions? Don Robbie's in the building as well. I told you we'll have some special guests pass through. We've got loads of people in the studio today. It's manic here today, isn't that right? It's just been non-stop.
It's been mad, man. We've just been doing some filming all day. Non-stop. Got Joel in the building from Cheeky Sport.
He's doing some of the Instagram.
We've had the Chelsea guys in there. We've been doing some previews of them. You're going to see some of that coming out from tomorrow. So yeah, it's been a busy old day, man. I've still got some stuff to do, but we love this, man. So yeah. What's the questions then?
We've got loads of questions. I mean, we're getting loads of super. That's been non-stop. According to you guys, which teams will finish in the top 4 this season?
Top 4 this season.
Thank you,
Liverpool will win it.
Liverpool.
Oh, do you know what? Yeah.
I think Liverpool win the league.
Please don't let Tottenham.
Second place, it won't be Tottenham. Second place will be Man United.
Oh, wow, okay.
I think they're gonna,
yeah.
They've got quality players, man. Second place, Man United. Third place, Chelsea.
Wow.
4th, Tottenham.
So you're leaving City and Spurs.
Oh, yeah, City. City in 4th.
Okay.
Wow.
We hope.
Hot take.
Do you know what? that is a good one. We're getting.
I hope for that one.
Yeah, I hope that as well. Let's pop up another. These are flying in the moment. 14. Thank you, Guna. 1990s. 14 years of Kroenke. 14 years of Arsenal's collapse. Wake up. If we unite, we can push a sail. Until then, same story every year. Much love. I think it's just said about signings coming in.
Well, the 14. I agree when he says 14 years of Kroenkes. They've you know, a lot of people look on it and just think they just turned up yesterday. They've been running this club literally since we moved to the Emirates. And let's be real, right? In that time that they've been running the club, we've not. I think there was one time within that period that we could have won the league. And Gallas had that meltdown and stuff like that, right? But apart from that, we've got nowhere near winning the league, right? And we were promised, and this is why Arsenal fans are not deluded. This is why Arsenal fans are not impatient. If you promise something and you say, yeah, guys, we're moving here because we want to become the Bayern Munich of English football. We want to be competing with the very best in Europe, right? That's what you want to see. And I'm sorry, we are not seeing that from these owners, right? You know, I was chatting to the Chelsea guys earlier when we was doing a preview, and I said to them, you know, you look at the, you know, you can see some of the differences, right? It's summed up in the goalkeeping situation, right? Like they had Kepa, a £70 million goalkeeper, most expensive goalkeeper in the world, who come in, he bombed, right? It happens. They've replaced him. They've replaced him with Mendy, right? They haven't even got rid of him yet. They've replaced him, right? Martinez leaves Arsenal, right? You know, he's a great keeper. You know, he wanted to be number one. You got also Leno there. He's touch and go. Who should we get the number one spot? He leaves. We go and buy a keeper for £1 million. You know, that just shows me that these it's the ambition there to win the league. What is? I would like to sit down with the Kroenkes and first of all ask them the question: what is your ambition? With Arsenal, no doubt they'd say, yeah, we want to win everything. We want to win the league. But then the second question I would ask them would be, how are you going to go about doing that? What is your plan for the next 5 years? And I shouldn't even be saying for the next 5 years because they've been there for 14 years. But what's your plan to win the league? Because basically their plan over the last few years, over the last 14 years, has been to get into top four. Champions League football, generate cash, sponsorship deals, all that. Yeah, that's been great. But what are your plans to win the league? If you sit down with Manchester City's people, they will give you a clear plan and path of how they're going to look to win.
And we can see it.
If you sit down with Roman Abramovich, he would probably give you a plan. If you sat down, even at Tottenham, with Daniel Levy, their plan is they've got a plan to win the league. They've new training ground, the stadium, the manager they brought in, some of the players. What's our plan? I want to know what it is. And the fans want to know what it is. You know what I mean? You think we like this situation year in, year out where we don't compete? That should be the minimum requirement for a team like Arsenal, that we compete in for the Premier League. Whether we finish, you can be competing and still finish sixth.
Of course.
But you're competing, you've had a go, you've gone out and bought the right type of players, you've bought in the right. So I want to know, what is their plan? And at the moment, I see no plan.
You've got to trust the process, Robbie.
What process? You know, I mean, I saw they brought in Arteta. They made a couple of decent signings in. But what's the? I want to know what the process is.
There isn't.
Because at the moment, it's a mess.
We're sat 15th.
Arsenal Football Club during the pandemic, only club I heard people talking about. Oh, they've laid off staff. 55 staff redundant. Oh, pay cut. Did you hear any other team about pay cut?
No.
Players refusing pay cuts and that. Did you hear any other teams where? Oh, he's breaking it. Did you hear any other teams where, you know, scouts were being sacked and not replaced and all this kind of thing? I don't know what the plan is. So
well, listen,
I completely agree. It is hard to see a direction, isn't it? And I was saying earlier in the stream, we'll all take bad results, but you know, we'll take bad results. Hello, I'm back. We'll take bad results and we'll take defeats, but you gotta see where you're going with this. Chelsea lost a lot of games last year, but they were playing really good football. So I think people were kind of okay with, you know, when Frank Lampard did have maybe, you know, a poor game tactically, or they didn't win a match, they were kind of like, okay, but I see what they're trying to do. Liverpool as well, you know, people say it took Klopp a long time to win the league. It did, but it didn't take them very long to instill a philosophy of high press, closing teams down, suffocating the opposition, playing with wingers, you come with all this stuff. So I agree. What is that process?
What's the plan? What is the process? What is the process? You know what I mean? It's all right saying, it's all right turning around and saying, oh yeah, we're going to back our manager. How are you backing him? How are you standing by him? And what's the process?
Completely agree.
Great question. Thank you very much, Goonie 1990s. Nick J says, big up to you guys. Top 4 every season, but no trophy or FA Cup every other year, but no top 4. What would y'all choose? Oh, okay. Top 4
even listen, getting in the top 4, listen, you know, people used to mock that, right? It's important to get into the top 4, but getting into the top 4 every year just to make up the numbers as well is not what I want to see at Arsenal. I want us to get into the top 4 with a plan to try and win the Champions League. This is Arsenal Football Club. What are we?
Yeah, agreed.
Top 4 for what?
For what?
Just to say we're in it.
No, club getting in the top 4 allows you to attract players to strengthen your team and challenge for titles. So if we're top 4 to win. Yeah, exactly.
The plan.
To
what is your plan? What is the plan? Is the plan to just be in the top 4, or is it to win the Champions League?
I agree. Well, the sad thing is that top 4 brings out revenue, doesn't it? So for some, they've never said it publicly. For some owners, top 4 might be the pinnacle. They might be, that's bringing in the revenues, but obviously that doesn't sit well with us fans, does it?
They've had enough revenue off us.
The tracks it every month. New tracks every month. And do you know what I mean? I'm just gonna read some more questions. So many.
Right, a couple more, and then I've got to go. That's a good record.
No worries. We're gonna pop in. We got this, Josh. We'll get AFTV. Make it. Yeah, this would be brilliant.
I'd love that.
Honestly, exclusive coming to the app. You may say.
You know what? I would love to sit down with him. I wouldn't cuss him. I wouldn't think. I would like, please, as I just said there, we want to. No, not we. The fans out there want to know what the plan is.
Yeah.
What's the plan?
That'd be fascinating.
That would be amazing.
That's all I want to know. You know. That's all I want to know. What is your plan with Arsenal for the next 5 years?
Yeah.
That would be amazing, honestly, just to have
And what happened to us?
And what's going on, Ozil? And what about Saliba? And why we got all these deadwood here? And,
apart from that,
your plan.
Just gonna a Mo 94 Robbie, give this to Manaray.
I thought you clicked. Wonder why you clicked that up. Right, time to go. It's time to go.
Right, guys,
that's what you are.
Listen.
You are something else.
Get sacked in the morning.
Yeah. Sacked in the morning.
Getting sacked in the morning.
Should we do one more question, then round it up there?
Oh wow, it's getting late. James, you choose one. Sorry, I've been greedy. I've been really greedy. I've smashed up the whole set.
Yeah, honestly, behind the scenes, it's just complete carnage. Cecil's just knocking things over. Right. Let's get one last good question. This isn't my last question, but it's funny. Ethio says every season we collect just deadwood. So true.
Facts.
Let me find one last good one.
So true. We collect their deadwood. They get our, as we think deadwood, and then they turn them into freaking world beaters. Giroud to be for example. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, here we go. I'll end with this. Wesley Botta says, Arteta says he wants to play 4-3-3. Then why doesn't he build the philosophy for it now? So when he gets the midfielders he wants, the whole team knows the system instead of having to start new tactics. This could not agree more. Like, I understand during Project Restart, he needed to find a way to win games. I understand in a cup competition, it's straight knockout. You want to go to back three. I get all that, but I'm completely with you. Why not play not just the system, but the profile of player? So if he's saying Smith Rowe, because he said it, he's on record as saying he really likes Smith Rowe and he likes sort of his movement and what he does. Play him then. Because you're telling me El Neni does what you want him to do. That's not a diss on El Neni. El Neni's just not his style of attacking midfielder, let's say. And I know he's more of a defensive midfielder, but I'm just saying, why are we not seeing his personnel in the team more? Joe Willock, don't just give him 1 or 2 games. Give him a run. If that is the profile, if he makes the runs beyond that you want to see your midfielders doing, get him. Because you know what? Okay, Willock might not be there in 2-3 years' time. I hope he is. He's an academy product. I like him a lot. He might not be there, but Pepe might. Pepe might be there. So Pepe might be used to threading that pass. Only there's someone else who does what Arteta wants better. Exactly as you said, it's implementing a philosophy. Vice versa, Pepe might not be there, but Willock will know that if he makes that run, that their winger, the winger we have has been instructed to play that pass. It's those kind of things.
Yeah, but he's been on record. Sorry, he's been on record saying is front three, wants to be dynamic, wants to press high, really fast. So use the likes of Balogun. If that's what you want, use the players that you want to build in your philosophy that you've been on record to say. Use them. To take the risk. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But at least you're putting in a plan and implementing it. Yeah, that's.
I agree. I think it's a good question. He clearly doesn't feel like he trusts the defence and he needs to get results. So, yes, it's one of those things. But guys, this has been fun. Thank you. This has been the most, just a frantic Q&A. Just getting them in, people popping in. We've had Joel, we've had Robbie. As I said, we had the Chelsea guys. They're great. They were upstairs filming previews for Boxing Day.
We had Turkish in as well, but he's passed through. We've got Laurie behind us, but. Yeah, guys, listen, thank you so much for watching this this live, this YouTube live, AFTV News Daily. Thank you so much. Before we go, I sort of want to say again, it's been tough. It's been a tough year for everyone. Listen, I was sending out our love and all our best wishes to everyone that's struggling these times. Merry Christmas. Have a great Christmas. And again, don't let Arsenal's performances get you down. It's fine. Pray for better days. It's going to be all right. Yeah. So thank you for watching. Thank you for keeping it plugged to AFTV and expect content through this time as well. We will see you soon.
Merry Christmas, everybody! Merry Christmas! Now, Santa Claus may not be able to visit you this year because he's in Tier 4, but I am here to give away another brand new PS5. You can win yourself a brand new PS5. We are giving this away for the Arsenal versus Chelsea game, and all you got to do to enter is go to AFTV.mobi, go to AFTV Picks, enter the competition, which is for free, and you could win this PS5. So get involved right now. The link is in the description, and this PS5, which is very hard to get, by the way, could be on its way to you. Merry Christmas.